In the serene town of Point Pleasant, nestled within the picturesque landscape of West Virginia and grasped by the gentle flow of the Ohio River, an ordinary existence was about to be disrupted by the arrival of an otherworldly entity. The townsfolk, unsuspecting and innocent, were blissfully unaware of the impending spectral phenomenon that would grip their community. It all started innocently enough, as vague whispers meandered through the air like phantoms, tales of strange occurrences recounted in hushed tones among friends and neighbors. The earliest reports spoke of peculiar sightings of a figure with enormous wings, its silhouette outlined against the moonlit night, and eyes that glowed like two crimson beacons in the darkness. The townspeople dismissed these stories initially, attributing them to the overactive imaginations of those who spoke of such strange apparitions. Yet, as the sightings multiplied, and eyewitness accounts began to align in their eerie descriptions, a palpable tension settled over Point Pleasant. The Mothman, as it came to be known, became a source of fascination and dread. Descriptions of the creature varied, but a common thread ran through the tales: a humanoid figure, its wings stretched wide, haunting the edges of the town. The local newspaper, the Point Pleasant Register, began to feature reports of these sightings, accompanied by witness sketches that further fueled the imagination. Soon, the once cozy town found itself in the clutches of an enigma. Residents hesitated to venture out after dark, their footsteps accompanied by an ever-present sense of unease. Late-night walks along the Ohio River, once a leisurely pastime, became infused with a subtle fear, and the glowing eyes of the Mothman lingered in the periphery of their dreams. Word spread beyond the town's borders, as the Mothman captured the attention of curious minds and journalists eager to unravel the mystery. Visitors descended upon Point Pleasant, drawn by the allure of the unexplained, transforming the once quiet streets into a stage for the unfolding drama of the paranormal. As the town grappled with the unsettling presence in its midst, the whispers in the shadows grew louder, setting the stage for the ominous events that would follow. The Mothman had woven its wings into the fabric of Point Pleasant, leaving an indelible mark on the town's history and foreshadowing a darkness that would soon engulf its unsuspecting residents. The ominous presence of the Mothman cast a looming shadow over Point Pleasant as the once quiet town hurtled towards an inexplicable tragedy. The strange sightings of the winged entity had intensified, its eerie red eyes becoming an unwelcome omen that haunted the collective consciousness of the community. Days turned into weeks, and whispers of impending doom grew more fervent. Local residents found themselves entangled in a web of fear and uncertainty, their once tranquil lives disrupted by an unseen force. Conversations in the town square shifted from mundane daily matters to heated debates about the nature of the creature that seemed to be watching from the periphery. In a small, dimly lit cafe, a group of friends gathered, their voices hushed as they exchanged stories and theories about the Mothman. "I swear, I saw it near the river last night," whispered Jake, a lifelong resident of Point Pleasant, his eyes wide with a mixture of fear and fascination. Its wingspan was enormous, and those eyes, they pierced right through me. His friends exchanged uneasy glances, grappling with the realization that the eerie tales weren't mere exaggerations. The Mothman had become an uninvited guest in their lives, an unsettling figure that seemed to lurk in the shadows, always just out of reach as the town's anxiety reached a fever pitch. A sense of foreboding settled over Point Pleasant. The local authorities, initially dismissive of the tales, found themselves inundated with reports and pleas for reassurance. The Silver Bridge, a vital artery connecting the town to the outside world, became a focal point of speculation and ominous stage, upon which the Mothman seemed to perch in the collective imagination. One evening, at a town hall meeting convened to address the growing concerns, the atmosphere crackled with tension. A concerned resident named Martha stood up, her voice trembling as she addressed the gathered crowd. "We can't ignore this any longer. Something is watching us, and it's trying to tell us something. We need answers." The mayor, attempting to quell the rising panic, assured the crowd that investigations were underway, yet the unease persisted, and in the days that followed, the sightings of the Mothman only intensified. A creature, once a distant enigma, now seemed to be closing in, its presence an inescapable reminder of an impending reckoning. On the eve of December 15th, 1967, the chilling culmination of the Mothman Prophecies unfolded. The Silver Bridge, adorned with the twinkling lights of the holiday season, teemed with evening commuters as the final echoes of a carol reverberated through the town. Tragedy struck. The bridge crumbled into the icy waters below. Amidst the chaos and devastation, the eyewitnesses stood frozen in disbelief. In the stunned silence that followed, the eerie sound of wings flapping echoed through the night. The Mothman, a silent witness to the tragedy, seemed to linger over the bridge, its presence both an accusation and a spectral manifestation of the town's darkest fears. Realized as Point Pleasant grappled with the aftermath of the Silver Bridge collapse, the Mothman's legacy was forever etched into the town's narrative. The once ordinary community now faced the challenge of reconciling the unexplained with the harsh reality of loss and grief. The whispers in the shadows had crescendoed into a haunting prophecy, leaving a scar on the town's history that transcended the realm of the ordinary. Decades after the Silver Bridge tragedy, Point Pleasant found itself grappling with the aftermath of the Mothman Prophecies. The town, once a haven of tranquility, now stood as a testament to the intertwining of the supernatural and the stark realities of loss. The Mothman had left its indelible mark, and Point Pleasant had become synonymous with an enigma that defied explanation. In the years following the bridge collapse, Point Pleasant underwent a metamorphosis, its landscape forever altered by the haunting presence of the Mothman. A local museum, established in homage to the mysterious winged being, became a repository of eyewitness accounts, newspaper clippings, and eerie artifacts. Visitors from far and wide flocked to the town, eager to unravel the truth behind the legend. Walking through the Mothman Museum, guests were greeted by lifelike depictions of the creature, its crimson eyes seeming to follow their every move. The walls echoed with tales of the strange encounters, the drawings and photographs capturing the eerie silhouette that had once haunted Point Pleasant. The atmosphere within the museum resonated with a sense of reverence for the unexplained. During the annual Mothman Festival, the town transformed into a spectacle of the supernatural. Locals and visitors alike donned Mothman-themed attire, celebrating the enigma that had forever altered the town's destiny. Street vendors peddled Mothman memorabilia, from t-shirts to plush toys, each item a tangible link to the spectral being that had become both a curse and a blessing. In the heart of Point Pleasant, a group of friends gathered at the cozy Mothman-themed cafe, exchanging stories and theories. Over cups of coffee, laughter mixed with a subtle unease. The legacy of the Mothman a constant undercurrent in their conversations. It's strange, isn't it, how the Mothman went from an omen of doom to a symbol of our town, mused Sarah, a relative newcomer. Yet, beneath the surface of Point Pleasant's newfound embrace of the Mothman, in the quiet moments when the streets of Point Pleasant were bathed in the glow of the moon, some residents claim to hear the echoes of distant wings a hunt